We were with some lovely friends a couple of days ago, and I started to share a story with them. And my wife said to me, Wes, you told them this last time. It's just a little bit annoying, isn't it? But it's probably even more annoying hearing the same story again. So apologies to everyone out there if you heard me tell stories multiple times. But there generally is a good long gap between you repeating yourself, maybe a month or two. But here, in our verse today, Ephesians 2 verse 9, the Apostle Paul, he does it again in the same breath. Because listen, not by works so that no one can boast. He's talking again about how we're saved or how we're not saved. And he's saying it isn't by our works. But Paul, you said that yesterday. You said that in the same breath in the verse before, which was all part of the same sentence. Remember yesterday? We're saved by grace through faith. Not of ourselves, it's a gift of God. Why is Paul repeating himself? Well, of course, it's not the Apostle Paul writing. It's the Holy Spirit who's using Paul to pen these words. These are God's words. And God's not getting forgetful. God is saying the same thing almost again in the same breath because he knows we really need to grasp it. When God repeats himself in his word, it's because it's so important. And it's also probably because it's an area that we get wrong so often. And so this is a huge classic area. How many people today are even trying to get right with God by themselves, by their works? And so God is emphasizing it again and again. You will never be saved by anything you do. I'm not having you boasting, he says as well, about your good works, especially when if you claim them to be great, wonderful deeds, they're like filthy rags in my sight. I'm having no boasting when it comes to salvation. I won't share my glory with anyone. We read elsewhere in the Bible how God's a holy and a jealous God. And we need to understand this, and we need to share this message. We need to remind ourselves when we constantly fall and fail and we think that we've got to then do this, do that to please God again or to get back into his good books. Our default mode is works, tragically. So many of us, I know my own heart is often just like a Pharisee heart. It's this constant striving, trying to do, whereby I think I'll be able to achieve and get right and know God's pleasure. That's so wrong. No works, no boasting. It's all of grace. Let's just rest in that.